I'm looking at the Los Angeles Lakers, and I'm saying, you know what? LeBron and Luka in a 7-game series, I don't know a team out there outside of Oklahoma City Thunder that can outplay those two. Do I trust the Memphis Grizzlies to be legit title contenders? I can't. They have too many young bodies in the rotation that I feel like need experience. Do I trust the Golden State Warriors? I don't. And it's not because of Steph Curry. It's the others. The Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James comes when he...
We see Luka Doncic averaging 32, second leading scorer in the NBA on 42% shooting from three-point range. I'm looking at those.
We're watching arguably one of the greatest defensive teams in NBA history.
So
they rank number 1 defensively in everything.
OKC is no joke. Clearly the team to beat in the Western Conference.
The Lakers pick up the win over the Pelicans, and with the Warriors beating the Nuggets tonight on their second night of a back-to-back, the Lakers kind of slide back into that third spot as we've been following the Western Conference standings with just 5 games left. And the big 3 delivered tonight: Austin Reaves, LeBron James, and Luka Doncic, 92 points combined, Rob.
When you look at the way they shot the ball in the second half, because that first half was kind of scary. You had Alvarado coming out doing his thing, but it's almost like they had to get smacked in the face. I think JJ said it better. Their defensive schemes weren't worth it. But, sometimes when you play on a team like that, that's, resting all these star players, it's kind of hard to get the engine going. But I'm glad they got the engine going and they went out and took care of business.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those games where it wasn't so much about anything technical or tactical. It was really more about bringing the right mindset and energy, which sometimes on a back-to-back night this late in the season, it's difficult to do. But they found it as the game went on. And you could tell they never felt threatened. And when the game got to a point where they needed to get the separation to go ahead and put them away, they essentially just decided to do it and pull away with the game.
Yeah, and the Lakers get the W, 5 games left.
All right, Luka, you had joked after the game last night. You felt like you were shooting with your left hand, and you started like that in the first, but you certainly found it. All right, 7 for 9 in the second half. I'm sure that felt good to just see some go down that you're used to seeing.
Yeah, that was probably my worst quarter in my life. So I just knew that was a must-win game. So I need to get better at that. So we got to win. That's all that matters.
Yeah, for sure. Look, you've been well aware for many years about LeBron James and the greatness. You also mentioned that you had a lot of respect for Austin Reaves playing against him, but what have you seen from him lately? The efficiency, the scoring, the playmaking from Austin?
Everything. I mean, he's doing everything on the court. He's helping the whole team. So just happy that he's here. He's been doing that since I got here, basically. So I'm happy for him.
Only 5 games left now as you hit the road. Tough back-to-back, or at least 2 games in a row with OKC and then Dallas. Where do you guys need to get to on this trip?
Yeah, it's going to be 3 tough games, very tough games. So we just got to play with the same energy we play against Houston, and we have a chance.
Last one for you, Luka. Is there any part of the game that you focus on the most as you close this stretch now, trying to get into playoff position?
Win all games that you can. That's it. Win the game. That's it.
Let's focus on Austin now. Mike talked to Luka about just what he's been seeing from him. And, Luka has been quick to praise Austin many times since he has joined this team. I think Austin's been over 30, 4 out of 5 games. And you look at the big 3 as they go for 92 points because LeBron added 27 on his 9 of 17 and 8 assists. Austin also had 7 assists. So between them, you're talking 21 assists and 92 points. But AR, Rob, efficiency. I think that's the key, right? 8 of 13. He's 6 of 9 from 3 to 8 of 9 from the free throw line, 7 assists, steal, just all of it. Pretty impressive. His catch and shoot game right now has been what's the most impressive thing lately.
Yeah, especially that. I love the fact that he's.
We talked about the pregame show.
Yeah, I'm saying it again. I love the fact that he's getting up on the line, not trying to show how far back he can shoot the ball. He's taking great shots. That's one of the things I always talk about, how players going to take good shots, bad shots, or great shots. A couple of shots was bad shots, then it was good shots. But at this moment, lately, All his shots he have been taking been great. He's been taking the open three when he has it, and he's been trying to create when he has that moment. And we always talk about his ability to get to that line because he's like a Luka in the sense where he's going in, he's going to get that call. He's going to get an and one opportunity, and he's so fantastic at using his body. And lately, you know, when he's playing with the ball on the perimeter, that's where he gets himself in trouble. But lately, he's been in straight attack mode, and that's why he's been scoring. Quick decisions. That's why he's been scoring on the spree. He's been scoring.
Yeah, and Fish, here's a crazy stat for you: 7 30-point games.
Where we rip apart the NBA's biggest headlines and slam the truth right in your face. April 4th, 2025, mark it, because Luka Doncic turned Crypto.com arena into his personal playground, torching the New Orleans Pelicans in a 124-108 beatdown that shook the league. But this wasn't just a win. It was a message. Just one night earlier, this superstar looked lost against the Warriors. 19 points on 6 of 17 shooting, bricked every three, and got cooked on defense. Critics pounced. Luka's a bust in LA, but 24 hours later, 35 points, 6 boards, 6 dimes, and a perfect 11 for 11 at the line. This was the Luka we were promised, and just like that, the Lakers are third in the West with a 47-30 record. So how did this redemption unfold? Luka himself called that Warriors game unacceptable. And he was right. No threes, sloppy defense. He looked like a guy begging for a trade back to Dallas. The Lakers dropped to fourth, barely hanging on. Even Bill Simmons couldn't help but whine, "Luka's joy is gone. Spare us the tears, Bill." On Friday night, Luka flipped the script and fired back. 4 threes, 35 points. Ice cold from the line. This wasn't a bounce back. This was a middle finger to every doubter. Austin. Reaves, 30 points. LeBron, 27. The Lakers suddenly looked like a juggernaut on a mission. But don't get it twisted. This game was no cakewalk. The Pelicans, missing Zion and CJ McCollum, nearly stole the show. Jose Alvarado came out swinging 18 in the first quarter. On 79% shooting, Lakers trailed by 7 in the second, looking half asleep. Alvarado dropped 27, rookie Carlo Matovich added 15, and New Orleans smelled blood. Then came the spark. Luka dropped 11 in the second. LeBron added 10. The Lakers hit 9 of 9 inside the arc and took a 62-53 lead into the break. That wasn't a rally. It was a takeover. Pelicans folded, losing their 4th straight on the road while LA laughed its way up the standings. So what does this win mean? With this blowout, the Lakers leapfrogged the Nuggets to take 3rd in the West, while Denver got stomped 118-84 by Golden State. The Warriors, rolling behind Steph Curry's 36-point clinic, now 22 when he and Jimmy Butler play together. Clippers? They crushed a weak Mavericks squad 114-91. Anthony Davis rested. Newsflash, rest doesn't win games. LA's big three, Luka, LeBron, and Reaves combined for 92 points and 21 assists. Reaves even set a franchise record with 15 threes in 2 games. But the real test comes Sunday, Thunder versus Lakers. OKC just had their 11-game streak snapped, but they're still the team to beat. This isn't just another game, it's a gut check. Is Luka finally locked in, or is he still a liability when the defense tightens? Let's look at the numbers. Since joining LA on Feb 10th, 15 wins, 11 losses, a 57% win rate. He's averaging 26.8 points, 8.4 rebounds, 7.9 assists on a shaky 41.2% from the field. Not bad, but not championship caliber either. Simmons keeps moaning about Luka's inconsistent energy and flat defense. But after dropping 35 in a statement win, the fire's still there. Pair that with LeBron's fire and Reaves' sniper mode, and suddenly this team looks terrifying. If they clean up the cracks. And here's the twist no one saw coming. What if the Lakers aren't done yet? Here's the bombshell. What if Giannis Antetokounmpo joins the party? Fed up with Milwaukee's mediocrity, Giannis forces a move. Lakers send Reaves, Hachimura, and picks. In return, they get a 2-time MVP to plug Luka's defensive gaps and extend LeBron's window. Sure, Reaves is balling, 20.1 PPG, but Giannis is a walking dynasty builder. Luka, LeBron, and Giannis. That's not a big 3, that's warfare. So now it's your turn. Is Luka the real deal, or is LA still one piece away from greatness? Hit that subscribe, smash the bell, and drop your take below. The Lakers' fate hangs in the balance, and the clock's ticking.